What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity and C, and today you are joining me as I cover WWE Friday Night SmackDown from December 13th, 2024, live in Hartford, Connecticut, my home state. If you check out the podcast on YouTube, you have seen my niece and nephew show up here and there for different recaps. So my nephew actually got to go to this episode of SmackDown because it was like 45 minutes away from where I live. But we're going to be covering SmackDown. We have Saturday night's main event, which I will be covering as well. So this is the last stop before that show. And we start off SmackDown with Jimmy Uso coming out to the ring. He comes out with a crutch because he broke his big toe during the War Games match at Survivor Series. Jimmy says, first off, War Games was lit. The OG Bloodline came out on top. For 4 years, I watched our family dominate the WWE. I watched Roman Reigns be the most dominant champion. I watched my brother Jay Uso be one of the highest superstars today. I'm even proud of my little brother Solo Sikoa. I find myself asking what's next for me. I don't know, but I do know you should ride with me. It's going to be a big year for me. And then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre comes out and hits a Claymore to Jimmy Uso and punches Jimmy Uso until he is separated by guards. We did see Drew McIntyre attack Sami Zayn a couple weeks ago on Raw. They will fight at Saturday night's main event. But it looks like Drew McIntyre is attacking everybody that has sided or worked with CM Punk. And my question is going to come down to, will Drew McIntyre meet up with Roman Reigns, since Roman also teamed with CM Punk in the War Games match? Crazy behind the scene attack from Drew McIntyre, but I like how Drew's back and it's getting more and more seeing him get vicious. Next up, we see the WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax uh, with Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae, and Tiffany has her semifinal match up next, and Nia tells her she will be the first U.S. Women's Champion, and basically says that she wishes her luck, and we'll see how Tiffany does in the match. We then see Nick Aldis talking to Bianca Belair and Naomi, and Nick says that since Jade Cargill has been injured, it looks as if Bianca and Jade are going to have to relinquish the titles. But Naomi is like, my girl Bianca has never relinquished anything in her life. So with that being said, I would like to team with Bianca. And Nick accepts and says, okay, that's fine, but you must defend the title. So we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and Bianca Belair and Naomi. Uh, I'm excited to see that those two team up, but I just know that Bianca is going to be the one to be revealed that has taken out Jade Cargill. And just with that smile Bianca gives at the end with Naomi teaming with her, I smell something coming. We have our first match of the night, the WWE US Women's Championship semifinals match. Tiffany Stratton versus Michin. Michin lands a Hurricane Rana. Tiffany hits double stomps to Michin on the apron. Michin applies the tarantula. We then see Tiffany hit a cartwheel Alabama slam for a two, but then Michin hits Eat Defeat, and Michin moves on into this finals for the WWE US Women's Championship at Saturday night's main event. I'm proud of Michin. I definitely think she deserved this win. I am a fan of Tiffany Stratton, but she's gonna be the women's champion soon. We need Michin as a contender for the US Women's Champion. So good idea from WWE to let Michin get the win. We then get a promo from the new WWE Tag Team Champions DIY. They say that they were screwed out of the titles in front of Johnny Gargano's family. Ciampa says the Motor City Machine Gun skipped the lines and took our spot. We are your 2 times tag team champions. We are DIY. Strong promo. They did explain their attacking. They did get screwed out. Johnny Gargano was embarrassed that he lost in front of his family. So I understand the reasoning behind the attack, but DIY are full on heel now. We then get, this is a heavy promo filled episode of SmackDown. We get a promo from Roman Reigns next. Roman says, I lost my wise man and my entire bloodline and my Ula Fala. So you weren't here 4 years ago. I didn't take the Ula Fala, I earned it. I was the man to lead this family. On January 6th, it's going to be Tribal Combat when Raw goes to Netflix. Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. Your team 1-1. My team 1-1. Say that 10 fast, 1-1. Um, he said, once I have respect, the whole world will have no choice but to acknowledge me. So Roman Reigns challenging Solo Sikoa to tribal combat at the debut episode of Raw on Netflix on January 6th. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think that's the first match that has been made for that debut episode on Netflix. There's going to be a good match. Um, Nick Aldis asked Legado Phantasma if they attacked the Street Profits last week. Santos wants to call Adam Pearce because he's upset about them getting accused of that. Don't really understand what's happening there, but then see Carmelo Hayes taking on his mystery opponent, which turns out to be Big Braun Strowman. He returns. He's here on SmackDown. Um, Carmelo Hayes hits a springboard back DDT for a 1 count. Braun catches a flying Carmelo Hayes and lands a power slam. Braun Strowman gets the quick victory over Carmelo Hayes. I'm happy that Braun Strowman is here on SmackDown, and I hope they utilize him more than just as the big monster guy. Next, we have Solo Sikoa with the Bloodline taking on LA Knight. LA Knight interrupts Solo before he can speak. Solo attacks LA to start. Solo rams LA Knight into the apron and table and tosses LA Knight into the railing. Solo hits a Samoan drop in the ring. LA with a flying bulldog. Uh, LA Knight jumps onto the Bloodline on the floor, and then Solo hits a Uranagi LA Knight on the table. Solo hits a super kick. LA hits a side effect. LA lands a flying elbow drop for a 2. Jacob Fatu then attacks LA Knight, tosses him to the railing. After the DQ victory by LA, the Bloodline attack him. They hit a Samoan spike, and then Andrade and Apollo Crews come out, but they also get laid out by the Bloodline, and the Bloodline is laying people down to try to send a message to Roman Reigns. And I don't really think these guys that they're attacking are really any threat to anybody, to be quite honest. And we've made it to our main event here. We have the WWE US Women's Championship semifinals. Bayley versus Chelsea Green with Piper Niven. We see Chelsea stomp Bayley in the corner. Bayley hits a low clothesline. Bayley hits a sliding clothesline on the floor and a back suplex for a 2. Chelsea Green hits a Rough Rider for a 2 count. Bayley hits a flying elbow to Piper Niven on the floor. Chelsea tosses Bayley into the railing and lands an Unpretty Her. And Chelsea Green advances to the finals. So we know that Saturday night's main event, we will get Michin versus Chelsea Green for the WWE US Women's Championship. I'm excited to see who's going to walk out Saturday night's main event champion. I think both women deserve the title, so I'll be happy whoever wins that match. We then get a promo from the WWE US Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. He basically says that he's inevitable and will stop everyone. And then we see Candice LeRae talking to Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, and Candice tells Nia that next week they will take on Bianca Belair and Naomi for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Nia leaves Tiffany backstage, and then Candice says to Tiffany, maybe single wrestling isn't your speed. And then Tiffany looks at the briefcase. Is Tiffany going to cash in for the speed championship and then go for the women's? I don't know. I feel like if they do that, that's stupid. But they were kind of hinting at that when Candice mentioned the word speed. We then have our final promo here. The WWE champion Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring. We immediately see Kevin Owens come on the Titantron. Owens says, ask Cody Rhodes how he could be okay with using everyone to help finish a stupid story and then spit in our faces and team with Roman Reigns. Don't lie. Tell him you're as bad of a friend as you are son and brother. You were very more interesting as Stardust. And then Cody says, I'm sure Kevin Owens has a lot more zingers. Maybe I'll get him right now. So Cody goes to backstage. Owens and Cody brawl backstage. They then bring it to the ring. And then Kevin Owens ends up hitting Cody Rhodes with the WWE Championship. And Kevin Owens drops the title onto Cody. Kevin sending the message to Cody that it might one shot like that, and I'm the next champion. I'm definitely excited for this match at Saturday night's main event. It's going to be really good. I'm also excited to see the show itself is going to have a retro vibe to it. I'm excited to see all of the matches and the moments that's going to create. But with that, we've covered all of SmackDown. We're next going to cover Saturday night's main event. Then we've got Raw. another SmackDown. We've got also TNA Final Resolution, which I'll be covering as well. A lot coming your way. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.